Right guys, this video is going to go over how to perform and set up the seated cable press. Benefit of this movement is you've got a bit more challenge at the top, unlike if you're performing, let's say, a dumbbell press, and also you've got a lot of freedom of your arm path just because you're not restricted by the machine. And when we're performing this, I've got a cable station set up with a bench already in it. If you don't, then you can just use a bench, place it in front of the cable stack. If you're doing it, make sure the bench is quite far in front of the cable stack, as if it's too close, what you'll find is it's really heavy at the top and you've got little tension at the bottom, making it unfavourable resistance profile. In other words, really hard and then too easy at the bottom, which you don't want. Because we want to load the stretch position because it's shown to be favourable for muscle growth, and it'll make it really hard to lock out if not. So here, what you want is you want the cable set just below shoulder height, and when we're performing this, whenever you're performing any press, you want to keep your chest proud at all times. In terms of getting into position, what you can do is lean slightly to the working side, rotate, rotate again, and then get into position here. And what I'm focusing on doing is keeping my chest elevated, pressing, driving my elbows in, brace hard as I'm getting into the stretch position, and repeating that process. And you'll notice at the top, this stands for any press. You don't want your shoulders dumping forward. Keep them back slightly throughout. Slight movement's okay, but shouldn't be excessive, so keep that chest elevated. Keep your bum on the back of the seat because it will influence that angle of the press, and then press driving elbows in. Something else you can think about when you're at the bottom of a press is instead of being here at the bottom, think about bringing your shoulders back, really retracting your shoulder blades. What that will do is allow you to lengthen your chest further. Your chest will start here, end there. In other words, originate on your chest, insert onto your upper arm. So if you're here, your chest isn't as stretched as if you're here. So when you're performing any chest movement at the bottom, think almost rowing back or bringing your shoulders back throughout. So quick recap, when you perform it, slightly into the working side to get into position, keep the chest elevated, cable set just below chest height or shoulder height, and from there, press driving elbows in, reach back as far as possible, keeping your chest elevated and bring your shoulders back, then drive your elbows in and repeat the process, and always driving into the ground hard with your legs. Thank you very much for watching. The full video is available exclusively to my online coaching and personal training clients. If you're interested in any of the two services, feel free to inquire via messaging me on any of my social media platforms or via the link in the description if applicable, depending on where you're watching this.